Valerie Jane Morris Goodall, better known as Jane Goodall, was born in London in 1934. As a child, as an alternative to a teddy bear, Goodall's father gave her a stuffed chimpanzee named Jubilee. Goodall has said her fondness for this figure started her early love of animals, commenting, "My mother's friends would be horrified by this toy, thinking it would frighten me and give me nightmares." Today, Jubilee still sits on Goodall's dresser in London. Goodall had always been passionate about animals and Africa, which brought her to the farm of a friend in the Kenya highlands when she was 23. From there, she started work as a secretary. Acting on her friend's advice, she telephoned Louis Leakey, the notable Kenyan archaeologist and paleontologist, with no other thought than to make an appointment to discuss animals. Leakey, believing that the study of existing great apes could provide indications of the behaviour of early hominids, was looking for a chimpanzee researcher, though he kept the idea to himself. Instead, he suggested that Goodall work for him as a secretary. After obtaining approval from his co-researcher and wife, noted British paleoanthropologist Mary Leakey, Louis sent Goodall to Olduvai Gorge in Tanganyika, present-day Tanzania, where he laid out his plans. In 1958, Leakey sent Goodall to London to study primate behaviour with Osman Hill and primate anatomy with John Napier. 2 years later, Goodall returned to Tanzania, to Goomstream National Park. The park warden insisted that she was joined by her mother for safety. Goodall credits her mother with encouraging her to pursue a career in primatology, a male-dominated field at the time. Today, the field of primatology is made up almost evenly of men and women, in part thanks to the trailblazing of Goodall and her encouragement of young women to join the field. Goodall is best known for her study of chimpanzee social and family life. She began studying the Kasakela chimpanzee community in Goomstream when she was aged 26. Instead of numbering the chimpanzees, she observed, she gave them names, such as Fifi and David Greybeard, and observed them to have unique and individual personalities. This was an unconventional idea at the time. She found that it isn't only human beings who have personality, who are capable of rational thought and emotions like joy and sorrow. She also observed behaviours such as hugs, kisses, pats on the back, and even tickling, what we considered human actions. Goodall insists that these gestures are evidence of the close, supportive, affectionate bonds that develop between family members and other individuals within a community, which can persist through a lifespan of more than 50 years. Goodall's research at Goomstream is best known to the scientific community for challenging two long-standing beliefs of the day, that only humans could construct and use tools, and that chimpanzees were vegetarians. She proved these wrong by observing things like seeing chimps using twigs as tools to pick up termites. In 1977, Goodall established the Jane Goodall Institute, which supports the Goom research, and she is a global leader in the effort to protect chimpanzees and their habitats. It also has a global youth programme, Roots and Shoots, which now has over 10,000 groups in over 100 countries. Today, Goodall devotes virtually all of her time to advocacy on behalf of chimpanzees and the environment.